In this video, I want to show you how you can make your own writing style fonts. If you have a Cricut Explorer, it can use pens and write. And if you don't have a single line writing style font, then when you write, you're going to get like the outline of the letter rather than just the line. So here I've typed out my name. I'm going to turn this into a path a minute because I want to show you if I go to View Display Mode Outline, this is how it's going to write if you don't have a writing style font. Okay, it's going to follow all of these lines and you're going to have an outline instead of, you know, just a single line for the font. So let me go back to normal, and how you can make your own is, first of all, open up your fill and stroke, select your word, letter, whatever, and lower the opacity, and then select your Bezier pen down here, and click here and hold your control key so it will come straight down, and double click here. Now over here in your fill and stroke, under stroke style, you want to have 0.300. I know that that works. It gives you a thin single line. You can try 4. You can experiment to see, you know, what works best for you and your pens. But for the fine tip Cricut pens, which is what I use, 0.300 pixels works great. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to click here and here and here, and what I try to do is get this in between the width of the font here. Now I'm going to click here. Now I have this little curve here, so I'm going to go ahead and click here and then here. Okay, now I'm going to go to my node editing tool, and I'm going to, you have to select each path that you made before you can adjust it. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one here, and what I can do is, the first thing you want to make sure is that your snapping is not highlighted. So click on this top button if it is. And if you don't see these tools over here, then go to View and change it to either custom or wide, and they'll be over here. But if they're not over here, look up here on the top. I think they go in the middle of these two here. So you need to have that shut off, because when you're adjusting these, you'll get handles, and let me turn it on, I'll show you. If I get too close to the node, it tries to snap to the node. Okay, and then when I let go, my handle's gone. So then I got to move this again to get my handle back. And if I get too close, it snaps to it and it's gone again. So it's best to shut that off. Okay, so now I'm going to just try to adjust these in the curves of the letter here. Another thing is to have these handles for your nodes. When you are in your node selecting tool, you need to have this highlighted here. It says show Bezier handles of selected nodes. Okay. So you're just going to go around and try to form this in the shape of your text. Now you can grab a hold, you left click and then grab a hold of a node. You can move it around. To get your handles, you just move the line and you just try to get it shaped the best way that you can. There's a lot of zooming in and out when you do this. I hope I'm not making you dizzy. Oh, this needs to come down. All right, now see how this is sticking up? I'm going to go ahead and hold my control key, left click on that, and bring it down to this one. I'm going to zoom in very far, and I'm going to bring this up to the top of this one. But as you can see, it's not very straight, is it? So we need to go back, and we'll try to fix that a little bit. And we'll worry about that half of it in a second. Click back on this one and pull it back up. Okay. All right. Now, if you go to your selection tool and you see something like this here, you got to fix that, because otherwise it's going to write just like that. Okay. So with this selected in your node editing tool here, as you can see, the handles to this, you can also click on a node and it will give you the handles. I always just move this around and I get them. You can see how that was going this way and this one's going this way, and that is what was giving you that deformation there. So you just got to play around with these handles and these nodes and get them to where you think they form the text the way that you want it to. Okay, and then when you're done, select it all and go to Path, Stroke to Path, Path, Union. And that gives you one thin line that your Cricut will write. Okay. Now, obviously, this isn't perfect, but I'm not going to sit here and spend a lot of time on it. It does take time to do this, but you can do it, and you can make it look, you know, however you want it to look. If you wanted this to be fancier, and let's say, well, you kind of have to do it before you turn it into a stroke. So let me get back here. All right. If you wanted this to curve up here and, you know, I mean, you can deform it however you want it, basically. Now I'll select it all, path, stroke to path, path, union, and you can have it look however you want it to look. When you get done, make sure that you select it letter by letter so that you don't accidentally, you know, move something after you have gotten one letter done. Select it, go to path, stroke to path, path, union, and then that is done. And then when you get your other letters done, you can line them all up, and you can use your Align and Distribute panel to get them all lined up, and then select them all and do a path union, unless you plan on taking them into Design Space and moving the letters around letter by letter. If you're going to do that, then select them all and group them, okay? But that's how you can make a writing style font in Inkscape Give it a try. Let me know how it works out for you. Thanks for watching, and join me in my next video.